Alright, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're trying an old classic. So this is one I played, quite a few times actually, in 2024. If you watch my channel, you'll probably know that I switch decks pretty often, but I played this in a few leagues in 2024, and then I played it actually also in a couple challenges. I haven't really done any challenges this year in 2025, but I did quite a few in 2024. If you're curious what the lists are, they're all on Goldfish, because I top 32'd all the challenges I played in 2024. So all my lists are there. You'll see a couple variations of this deck there. I only made a couple changes here to try and update it for the current times. This is Land Belcher. We're trying this in 2025 now. I don't know if it's still any good. Meta has obviously changed, but we're going to give it a whirl. Biggest change I think is I added Voidmere to the deck. Otherwise it's in one Jecht and then one on the sideboard. When Final Fantasy dropped, this was the first card I tried, and that was a really nice 4-1 league playing Jecht Initiative, and that was a good video if you want to watch that one. We're going to try this out now. This is Land Belcher. The idea is we're going to try and win with Goblin Charbelcher, milling a bunch of cards and killing our opponent. We have 2 lands in the deck, and this helps the deck function a lot more than it would without lands. So we got 2 lands here, and then we've got 4 Troll of Khazad-dûms, which can find the land. And just smooths out the mana base more than just not having any lands in the deck. You can go like Mox, cycle Troll, get a land, play it. At some point you can use Reanimate to bring back the Troll, or just bring back your the Grief, the normal scam package. You can, with this deck, play just a very traditional, mid-range plan. You've got Disruption with cards like Grief, Voidmere, Vexing Bauble. You've got Dauthi Voidwalker and Boggart Trawler to attack the graveyard. We got Caustic Bronco to generate card advantage. We have removal, like Fell the Profane is main deck removal for us. Jecht can do some work that gets going. So we got 2 options here. We can play like a mid-range, and Malakir Rebirth. This is another card that lets you bring back primarily a Grief. So you evoke Grief, trigger on the stack, you take one of their cards. After that trigger resolves, but before the evoke trigger happens and Grief dies, you Malakir Rebirth it. So then Grief dies, comes back with the trigger, and it's like the same thing as Reanimate, except you only lose 2 life, not 4, which is quite nice. Yeah. But the real goal is to try and just Goblin Charbelcher them. So we do have 2 lands in the deck, so there is a little bit of a fail rate. But they're mountains, right? Mountains, if you use Goblin Charbelcher, it doubles the damage. So the fail rate is really pretty low, and then we got all these aggro elements here. So a lot of times you don't even have to hit them for 20. Because we're attacking with Dauthi Voidwalker, you attack with Grief, blah blah blah, attack with Bronco, saddle Bronco to deal damage. We have all these ways of dealing damage on top of our Charbelcher win here. That's basically the main deck. We're basically like a mono black mid-range deck with kind of this quirk here, where we've got these Goblin Charbelchers we can ramp out with like our Dark Ritual packages, our fast mana, mana vault, etc., etc. We got ways to find it too, like we've got Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Consultation, Demonic Tutor. They can all find the Charbelcher. And we have normal lands too, besides the 2 Badlands. We've got Boggart Trawler is our lands, Agadeem's Awakening's a land, Fell the Profane is a land, and then Troll can find our lands. So, I don't know. I played this before, it's pretty fun. Curious to see how it does today. Yeah. Anyway, like and subscribe if you're still here. I'll appreciate it. Any comments or ideas for ways to continue to update this in 2025 would all be good. Sideboard, we've got, Graveyard Hate here. Another Jecht, because people are going to bring in cards like stuff to stop the Goblin Charbelcher. I kind of want other like top end. The Force of Despair is mainly for mono white initiative. It can come in against other decks, but that's the big one. 4th Dauthi Voidwalker for the Bazaar matchups along with the Leyline. I'll just move that over here. Feed the Swarm does double duty. We can bring this in against like a Lurrus control, but also hits Oath of Druids. I really like Feed the Swarm for the Oath of Druids matchup. And then 2 Thoughtseize for the combo decks, like, Doomsday, PO, that kind of thing. In a lot of matchups, the Void Mirrors are not good on the play. Like, you want them against, like, PO and, that's the big one, all the time. Sometimes regular Sphere shops or Raker shops, they can be good, even on the draw. But the big one where you want them all the time is PO. But then against like decks like Mana Way Initiative or Oath of Druids, you're just going to take these out on the draw. Yeah. Alright. That's about it. Let's get into round 1 here. Alright, here we go. Against Lurrus. What do we got? We got turn 1 Dauthi Voidwalker. Turn 2. We get any other mana excel to turn 2 Belcher. I think that's good enough. Grief's also a great draw. It's not perfect, but I think it's good enough. Lurrus mulling the 5 cards is interesting. Not really a mulligan deck. Okay, and it's the PO version. Grief would be a good draw. Vexing Bauble. Consultation. We do want the land drops. I think I'm actually gonna do this. Don't really want to rush the consult. Trainer. Yep. That's scary. Swords. Okay. Part of me does want to consult for a grief and do the Malakir Rebirth trick. Just because we could just be chips here. Let's try grief. We went to 9 cards. Okay. That is not ideal. Okay. Take swords. Go with scroll. And do we play the trainer? I think we play the trawler. That was a rough consult, though. Ah, shit. I can block grief now. Bolt. Okay, that's the nightmare scenario. We don't have our Badlands, which is annoying. Yeah, I got 8 cards in our library. That second trainer is tough, tough, tough. Actually, we could have blown up one of the trainers. Oh no, we just mill ourselves. Anywho. That's not how that works. Alright. I don't know, we're done. Thoughtseize seems reasonable. I think we can cut a Bronco. Cut a Voidwalker. Don't think we're changing a lot on the play here. I don't know, maybe that was too risky. I feel like the consult with 4 griefs in the deck wasn't that risky, but I don't know. Apparently it was. They were in a commanding position. We didn't have to do that, so I don't know. But like they can just win out of nowhere. It's a very powerful deck. We're about to lose our board presence. I think it's still defensible. It's just that can happen. That's what you sign up for when you play Demonic Consultation. Is sometimes you are just gonna kill yourself, I guess. We will play. Don't think this does anything useful. It's not good enough. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 2. So we'll start by broncoing, or griefing with the Bronco. Black Lotus, Force of Negation, stock up Trainer, Time Walk. We have to take the Force of Negation. We don't have a choice. Yes. Dark Ritual, Soul Ring, Belcher, and they can just try and win turn 1, or whatever. See what they got. We got nothing, obviously. We are going to take a draw step here, because if we draw a Tutor or a Troll of Khazad-dûm, we can search out a Badlands. That increases our chances here. Or just a Troll. Tutor wouldn't be able to activate Belcher. Alright, so we've got one unknown. Time Walk. We still can do nothing. Okay, we died. Did not see that coming. Yeah, we can concede to that. Alright, here we go. We'll keep this. Good draw would be like a Grief probably, or a Black Lotus. I guess Lotus would be good. They'll still only give us 5 mana. There. That's not really what we want. Do they want to clip our sphere? No. Play. Yes. Voidmere. How do they feel about Voidmere? They don't care. Okay. They've been their Lotus. So I think we want to go Malakir Rebirth, hold up Vamp. Yeah, I think we want to have the Vamp open. They could just Doomsday kill us, but we'll see. Maybe we just grief them. Let's see if the way is clear. Dark Ritual, Blusterstorm, Street Wraith, Treasure Cruise. They can cruise next turn. I think we take the cruise. If they have Doomsday, they can just win. They go Dark Writ, Doomsday, Street Wraith. I think that kills us. But they got the Doomsday? No. Alright. Yeah, Tutor? No. Tutor would have been good for them. Oh, I think they kill us here. Then they got exactly what they needed. We got punished by going Grief first. If we would have just gone with Belcher, I think we win. Yeah, this kills us. Wild. They cycle into recall, recall into Oracle and win. Okay. Fair enough. We don't have much to bring in here. I guess the Voidwalkers don't really do anything. Maybe my choice of the treasure cruise was wrong. Maybe in retrospect I should have just taken the dark ritual because I couldn't cast cruise anyway then. Yeah, I think I messed that up. I think I should have just taken the dark ritual. The dark ritual gives them basically 4 mana, 3, or, 3 mana extra, I guess, because dark ritual is +2, then the card itself is +1 for the treasure cruise. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Counter target artifact spell, return target artifact to its owner's hand. Yeah, let's take that one. Black. And let's see what they got. They did bring in the Murktide, which was interesting. A little more interested in the graveyard hate then. I think we're oops. I think I'll cut one of the reanimates maybe. Don't want two of those. Maybe two reanimates. It's not very good if they're going to be bringing in graveyard hate against us. It's maybe just all the reanimates, to be honest. If that's just what they're doing and they think we're oops. Maybe one Jecht. Oh no, two Jecht. Try that. It's pop. That's so close to perfect. That's so close to perfect. We have no initial mana source. If we draw a mana source, we go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's really close. That's a turn 1 win with protection if we draw a mana source. Actually, it's not, because we don't... We won't have 3 mana to go again if we hit a land. Oh, I want to keep that. That's really good. I guess we can grief anyway, which is something. We have a lot of mana sources in the deck. It's like 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 19 out of 53. I think 19 initial mana sources. 4, 8, 9 on the duels, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, something like that. Yeah, let's give it a try. Science. Maybe they just kill us turn one, doesn't matter. Alright. That's a strong start. Okay, Ponder is better than Dark Ritual there. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Crap. Land, 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 land. No! So we just grief them. Maybe I should have taken the Voidwalker. Force of Will. Dark Ritual, Demonic. Alright, we gotta take Demonic then. Okay. Can we draw a black mana source, which I realized was a lot harder than any mana source. That's a black mana source. Oh, they can counter this. They can hard cast their Force of Will. Oh, no, they can't. They need 2 blue. No, they can't. And that only gives them 4 mana. Don't ignore me. Not enough. Okay. Good game. Alright, here we go. Sure. Dredge. Okay. No, Countervine. That's a problem for us. That means this is almost certainly not going to work, but we still got to give it a whirl. Countervine on 7 is brutal. Force of Vigor? No. Wasteland. Okay. Alright, well, Vexing Bauble is pretty good against them. They can still bring back the Vengevine off of a double trigger. Ah, jeez. Which they might honestly be able to do. So we need a land. Why did we do that? We have all the mana we need. I'm not sure why we waited there. Alright. I am tired. Should have just killed him. Should have just killed him. Anywho. Alright, so what do we want? Leyline. Dauthi. Don't want Thoughtseize. Don't want Vamp. Probably don't want the Consultation. Jecht, probably not. Maybe we do. We're actually kind of light on threats now. Griefs are not amazing, especially on the draws. Cut. One grief. One reanimate for the let's try this. Let's try this. That's a keep. Now I want a grief. Oh, they got a turn one Vengevine off a hollow one? Jeez. Okay. Really want a grief now. Figure they probably have a counter or something. I'm gonna try and bait that. No, we didn't bait crap. Okay. Good chat. We could play Dauthi Voidwalker and Boggart Trawler. We don't have to go like completely all in here. We can just try and win, obviously. They have anything that doesn't work. Ugh, maybe that's too risky. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal. Gonna die to this thing now. Yeah, they just die. Okay. Good chat. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, we'll keep that. Ooh, that's tough. Alright, well that's bad. I think we want the Jecht, right? Yeah, it's brutal. Keep 7 with the mental misstep there is brutal. We can't even get 2 lands off of these because we already have our Badlands too. They're discarding a Bazaar. Okay, it's not good for us. Brenda is keeping track at home. Yeah. Okay. Actually, they've got blockers now. They can just sit back. I think we want the Bronco. Yeah, not having the extra land for the troll is pretty brutal here. This is not our game. Not our game. Yeah, but you got it. Yikes. Okay. That is not what we want. That's good. Okay, here we go. This is fine. But they're not on Lurrus. They could just destroy us turn 1 or something. Yeah, crap. We lost the die roll, folks. And then we died to mono white initiative. Okay. Human. Dungeoneer turn 1. Cool. Oh, shoot. Yeah, if we start on the play here, we're in really good shape. Now we're just dead. Alright, we gotta go for broke here. Reanimate does not do anything helpful. Alright, well. It's not what we need. But does mean Black Lotus could win. Exactly Black Lotus. Black Lotus would give us 7 mana. Oh, they got a stash too. They can actually play something. No, it just doesn't matter. Okay, we are dead. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we win the die roll on that one and we win. Got Jecht, take out Caustic Bronco. Actually, the Voidwalker is useless. Take the Thoughtseizes. We will change this up on the draw, but on the play, I think this is fine. I want all 4 of the forces on the draw. So we're taking out the void mirrors. I think this is what, turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Troll, with Fell the Profane backup, I guess. And we can play around some stuff. I think we just take the Dungeoneer and we play it slightly slower. What do they want to put under there is the question. Got Peacekeeper. I assume they named Troll here then. Yep. Yep. I think we play. Their pausins, they drew a threat. So they'll play the Ancient Tomb, and they'll play some sort of threat. Human. That's a problem. That's a problem. Maybe I should have saved my removal instead of just randomly shooting the card that doesn't matter. Maybe. Maybe. I think we're hitting our yard because if we draw Reanimate, we want to hit them. We just need a frickin' card here. No, don't. Fuck. I clicked through it. I clicked through it. I don't want to win today. Winning's not fun. Did we already miss our saddle chance? We did. Why saddle when you can just not saddle? Okay. Alright, here we go. Not have my... Try that again. Here we go. Sure. Urza Saga. Yes. Ruby. I actually want the Bronco for the card here. And to use the mana. Next turn we could try and reanimate, and then if they counter that, we get the Belcher. Or we'll just force the Bronco. Sure. Alright, let's see what they got for us. It will make a token. With my luck, they're gonna have a pithing needle. Sure. Oh, that does stop that. All right, let's see how much damage we need first. Or if we do need any damage. We don't need any damage. Alright, game 2. Thoughtseize. Take out Voidwalker. Jecht. I think that's fine. Give this a try. If we lock our sack into a black mana source, this hand is great. If we don't, it's literally unplayable. I think we have to mulligan. Sure. You got a Sapphire. Sapphire. Ruby. We're gonna play around Spell Pierce. I shall be paying for Spell Pierce. For sure. Bronco. What did they pitch? Force, sure. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a potential problemo. For sure. They didn't find any Mox. Huh? Why did I play that? I did not need to play that. That was a whoopsie. Cast. Yeah. Done. I would have liked to play that instead. Alright. Or did I just have the opportunity to play the Malakir Rebirth? I just didn't. And that was a mistake. Another PO. Stock up. Alright. Yeah, I should have just Thoughtseized. I should have definitely played the Malakir Rebirth. Lots of mistakes all around here. Seal of Cleansing. Okay. Start by... I think we just swing first. There's a world where we draw a Mox and then we can crew with Troll. They did not crack their baubles, which is... I don't know. I guess they wanted the mana for Agadeem, but I would have cracked at least one bauble there. They might have just found a PO, though. They just found a PO? Okay. We die, I guess. Opponent has gone to 4 cards in the library. If I still don't think there's any way we win, because they can just eventually they will find their 4th Relingus. Okay. I don't think I really want to change anything. This is so close. We have no initial mana source. So sad. Okay. Actually a pretty good hand against us. That's annoying. That's not a bad draw. Yeah, that's a problem. They can bring back their Seal of Cleansing. I got lifelink now, so no point in attacking. Cool. Okay, so that was obviously a complete disaster of a league. We got really unlucky. I mean, both of these matches we should have won. And against... Watch, I'll probably move this round up, because this one was pretty good. I'll probably move this one up to round 2 in the set. But, so if you watched this from the beginning, you probably saw this at round 2. But this was a crazy match, and game 3, we hit our Belcher into into land fail right there to lose game 3, which is pretty funny. So I would check this one out if you can. The other matches were close too, just didn't swing our way. I still don't think the deck's bad. I think this was kind of a ridiculous showing for the deck. Definitely think the actual power is a lot higher than 05. This is a deck I've actually played a few times, and even though it's been a minute, I do believe in it still. I'll probably try it again just because I think this was a bit unfortunate. Not entirely sure what changes I would make, to be honest. Nothing felt like really bad. I might try some of the initiative creatures in here. That's worked out before too, like the 4-mana black initiative creatures. They might deserve a spot, some of them, in the 75. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know, just wasn't our day. Alright, got any ideas for this? Let me know. Like and subscribe, all appreciated, and see you next time.